Alcatel One Touch Idle X is one of those smartphones we've already seen on the IFA, but nevertheless, now the final product has arrived and I was so impressed, and especially in this color combination with that red background and these metal looking edges around here. It impressed me that much that I said, okay, let's have a second first impression because it's resting great in your palm, especially it's just 120 grams. That's very low, especially for a 5-inch display, full HD, quad core. We come to this back later on, and especially it's just, okay, Alcatel is talking about 6.9 millimeters, but normally or regularly in most cases you have 7.3 millimeters. Nevertheless, that's very thin, and we have 9.0 millimeters around the lens down here. So this is a great device, and nevertheless, even if it's thin and big, it's very solid, especially if I'm trying to wind this. As you can see here, you see nothing because normally you have, or not normally, in worst cases, you see black points where the glass is pressing down on the panel, and you do not see anything like this here on this. So this means it's thin, and it's just 329 euros price from the manufacturer, but nevertheless it's very solid. And as I told you already, we have a 4.97-inch display, meaning 126 millimeters or 62 by 110 millimeters. And by the way, we have 68 millimeters by 140 millimeters on the outer edge. So you have less or small you know what I mean, small edges, small corners around here. So it's just great. It really impressed me, and especially if you compare this, let's say, for the Sony Xperia Z1 having 5-inch Full HD, costing almost the double. So this is a very attractive price, especially when you compare it to others. You have let's say for the number of pixels is 178% above the average, meaning almost 3 times more pixels you're getting for your money than on all other smartphones from the last 12 months I've tested. And especially a pixel density is the same. We have a 443 ppi, and that's plus 71% above the average. So everything is great concerning this. And as I told you on the beginning, we have a 13 megapixels camera shooting videos in Full HD. So this is a great device. I haven't tested the quality. This we have to see on the final review. But the one thing I wanted to show you especially was this one. We have on the first side, and especially you can open those very comfortably, because this is not, oh, I have to show you much more closer, I see. Okay, this is an angle over here, so not that cheap plastic flap, you know, that's fluttering around. So if it's open, it's still keeping open. You can put your SIM card without any problem inside, and especially on the second side we have a second slot for a SIM, so slot for a SIM, so dual SIM functionality. But unfortunately, there's no more slot left. This is the volume up and down, so you can't expand the internal memory. That's the first problem. Internal memory is 16 gigabytes only, leaving 12.6 gigabyte memory free net out of the box. So 12.6, that's not so much, especially if you think about that camera, 13 megapixels, Full HD. Hello, I would have been put in at least 32 gigabyte. And even if the device is getting, let's say, 20 bucks more, nevertheless, it's 349 euros or whatever. It's cheap nevertheless. So, but this is a problem because this one is nothing for if you want to shoot lots of photos and videos. You will have problems soon. If you are just a normal, regular user, saying just, okay, I'm making not lots of photos, but when I'm making photos, I want to have good quality. And I guess in 13 megapixels, you can't do wrong that much. You know what I mean? So this is for a special user group and not for everyone, you know what I mean. And the second problem is, as I guess you have seen already, there's nothing you can open here, the backside, so meaning the battery is fixed inside. Yeah, thanks to Apple, but nevertheless, it's just something we have to live with and to arrange with, because you're seeing it more and more often, unfortunately, in smartphones. So that's something you could say, okay, that's thin build and that's a give and take, you know. But nevertheless, the problem is it's just 2000 milliampere hours. And that's compared to the display size for 5 inches, you remember. So, and the display uses the most power. So the ratio of display size and battery capacity is 22% below average. Average, again, is just all smartphones from the last 12 months. And I already run some tests with the battery, meaning always, okay, in flight mode, maximum brightness and 720p video, again and again, repeat loop. And then we have 256 minutes, and that's again compared to all other smartphones of the last 12 months, meaning the new ones, we have 30% below average is this runtime. And even if you're comparing this to 5-inch thing, okay, lots of pixels, big screen, nevertheless, also it's 23% below average if you compare all those components together. So take it as the one you wanted. It's almost a third or a fourth, meaning 22 up to 30% below average, meaning the idle X is no marathon thing, so it's nothing for users who are heavy usage, you know, meaning gamers, especially. It's quad-core, 4 cores, 1.5 gigahertz, 1 gigabyte RAM, but it's a MediaTek, not a Snapdragon. To be precise, it's a 6589 Plus. So it's something like on the Huawei SNG 700. So that's not the best one compared to, let's say, Snapdragon 600 or 800. It's not the best one for gamers, but as you can see, for normal usage or for open apps or whatever you want to, it's quick and it's no problem even in multitasking. So for regular users saying just for some minutes of talk time or checking mails, visiting some websites, you know, doing normal stuff, it's no problem at all. But it's nothing for gamers and nothing for multimedia intense users. So this is unfortunately the two things you have to keep in mind. I don't find it very heavy to say, okay, it has no LTE support because it's supporting dual cell HSDPA, meaning you have no 4G, but in 3G networks you have up to 42 megabit per second in download. That's pretty much, I guess. And even if you don't have NFC, you have Bluetooth 4.0 with lower energy mode, and you have wireless LAN N, excluding 5 gigahertz band. Nevertheless, it's something I can live with. Just keep in mind this, it's not a marathon phone, and it has just 12.6 gigabyte memory net. So you have to keep in mind that. But if you can live with that, I guess it's a great phone. It's very stable, looking great, feeling great, nice display. So I guess if you're one of those users, you really can pick this one out. Okay, I hope this review will help you. Thanks for watching, take care, and I hope to see you back soon.